we are still in the early stages of Sorcery Contested Realm, despite the speculation. Let's have a conversation about the future of the game. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie, and I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. It has been a wild ride over the last couple weeks for Sorcery Contested Realm as we ended out 2023 and we move forward into 2024. There is a lot of hype and excitement about the future of Sorcery. But I wanted to have a conversation and bring everything kind of down to earth and talk about this game from a speculative conversation all the way to like an actual growth conversation. I want to compare these two avenues because, as you know, Sorcery Contested Realm is really pumping right now. There's a lot of speculative interest as well as a lot of organic demand and growth of the game as well. So I want to talk about this idea because I believe that we are still on the early stages of Sorcery. I believe that we are still at the very beginning of the long journey going through with Sorcery Contested Realm, and I think that that is really important to analyze and talk about. Anytime you have a new trading card game that has some collectability baked in, and Sorcery has a lot of collectability baked in. Trust me, I just finished my alpha foil set. It has been a journey to find those cards and to lock in trades and to acquire everything and have it get to me. It has been a lot of work to collect 403 foil cards. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of collectability baked into the game of Sorcery, which allows it to be part of this kind of speculative investment community that happens in TCGs. And I want to talk about that for a second because right now Sorcery is, again, it's pumping. We have a case of alpha just sold for $7,000 last night. Absolutely wild. We got beta basically selling out anywhere that can get product or anywhere who got product sold out. And you've got overseas, stuff still happening with that where beta is now just getting delivered to some places and it's selling out very quickly. And people are trying to get cases from overseas because there's different, elements to it. It's absolutely wild. And the demand seems to be really high. But I believe that the organic demand is actually this kind of calm growth. Okay, so you have the speculative investment, which tends to be like rapid fire and increases, and a lot of people kind of hopping in to get, to acquire as much as possible early on. You have this kind of rapidness of the speculative investment, and that's kind of marred or mirrored or opposite of the kind of organic actual growth that is healthy and really healthy in a card game. And I think that what you're seeing right now is you've got both sides, but it's really hard to see the organic side. I want to give you some ideas on how you can interact with that organic side because everyone's focus is on the speculative side, and that's the easy stuff to talk about. So first and foremost, one of the biggest things that I look at and to ask this question, is a game actually growing, is to look at the content that is being created for the game. And dang, Sorcery has a lot of really awesome content creators. There's a lot of content being created on YouTube, on Instagram, there's Facebook groups, there's a lot of ways for you as a consumer to interact with the hobby of Sorcery Contested Realm in a meaningful way, and that is really good, and it's a good sign that the game is organically growing. And a lot of that content is gameplay footage, a lot of it is talking about the dynamics of cards and that kind of thing, which is again a really good look for a trading card game. We're going to start seeing over the next couple weeks an increase in organized play as we got through. As a store owner, it's really hard to analyze and to create events for a game that comes out. It came out, I think beta came out in like October, right? You have Thanksgiving, then you have Christmas. It's just really hard to build a local scene. But now it's the start of the year. Everybody's looking for something new to do to pass the time in the winter. And it's really a great time to start building some organized play and that kind of stuff. And then that leads to kind of this regional tournament type of scenario, which is perfect for Sorcery because at this range, you're going to start seeing some regional tournaments. We're seeing one pop up on the West Coast, I think in I can't remember that state's name. It's all the way up there. Anyway, you're starting to see events happen on the West Coast, and then you're going to start to see some stuff happen on the East Coast in the next couple of weeks that we'll announce on the channel as well. So what I'm trying to put out here is that if you are interested in Sorcery it is still the early stages of time. And if you care about this game and if you want to see it grow, you can be part of the solution of helping the game grow. There are things you can do outside of buying a case of alpha or outside of buying a bunch of beta boxes in order to engage with the community, and things that help the, in order to engage in the game, not just the community. You can do things other than purchasing boxes and packs and singles that allow you to engage into the hobby and help it grow and grow along with it. And so if you haven't debated or discussed the idea of hosting a game night at your house with your friends to teach them how to play Sorcery, that is a great way that you can start an entry into that thing. If you haven't started to think about, man, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, maybe I should start making videos, you should do that. You should make content on Sorcery. If you haven't thought about, if you've got some form of organizational ability to organize tournaments and host things, you should think through, how can I organize tournaments for Sorcery? Because right now is the community forming. This is the time of which YouTube channels and Instagram content creators and whatnot breakers and people who engage in the hobby will create a following that will last a long time. And it is still early and it is still the beginning. And all that stuff combined is what makes the speculative investment worth it. Those speculative investments, the boxes of alpha, the $7,000 cases, aren't going to move anywhere if there's not content being created about the game, if there's not people playing the game, if there's not memories being made at regional tournaments and different things. By having a speculative side, it forces the community to create this kind of organic demand and growth of the game. And so it's really interesting to feel like, prices look like this is a successful card game for the last 5-10 years, right? Like that's what it makes it look like. But really, we are very, very early in the stages of Sorcery, and that provides a lot of open doors for you to be part of the solution of helping the game grow, of building demand, of building communities around this amazing game and the fun stuff. Recently, I'll give you this to end with. We played through a 4-player game this past weekend, which is a lot of fun. We kind of had our tournament. We had like 6 or 7 people at the tournament. We played through our rounds, and then we actually drew out, there was a couple of people sharing a 4-player grid on the Discord server or something like that. We took a big piece of wood and we drew out the grid on a platform, and we had some fun playing Sorcery and playing 4-player, and it was wild. It was chaotic. We actually, somebody played a Magellan globe on like turn 2, so everything was connected and we could go, all around. It was like playing on a globe rather than just this kind of, flat surface. And it was a blast, and it was so much fun to play, and that memory made us all want to go back to it. And so we're going to do it again this week. And it's just really fun to be a part of the early stages of people learning the game and growing. So anyway, that was my thoughts today on Sorcery. I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are we early? Is this the beginning stages of Sorcery? And if so, what are some ways that you can help the game grow in your local community? Have a great day. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.